Sedans may be in decline, but there are still many people that prefer the styling and performance of a car. At the entry point into the Audi lineup, you have the choice between either the Q3 SUV or this A3 sedan, both selling at nearly identical volume. Thanks to a refresh last year, the A3 gets you mini A4 styling, but at a starting price only a little over 31 grand. Like always, this review will cover the entire range of A3s, Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige. So let's go ahead and see why people are still choosing the A3 in a crossover-obsessed market. We would like to specially thank Audi of Lexington for giving us access to today's vehicle. If you would like to find out more information about their stunning dealership and large inventory of all the Audi models, then follow the link to their website provided in the video description. Audi Advanced Key comes standard on the Premium Plus and Prestige, but all models get this solid feeling switchblade key. As you can see, the interior looks far from entry level, but before we get into that, let's first pop the hood. So under the hood, the A3 is a little odd because it has two identical displacement engines with totally different powertrains. All three trims have the choice between front and all-wheel drive, but if you choose front-wheel drive, you get the lower power engine. It is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making 186 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque, and it's paired with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. If you choose Quattro all-wheel drive, like the vast majority of people do, you also get a 2-liter turbo 4, but with 220 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. However, it does lose a gear in the transmission, bringing it to a 6-speed dual-clutch automatic. No matter which configuration you choose, the fuel economy is pretty solid. The front-wheel drive models achieve 26 city, 35 highway, 29 combined, and the Quattro models 24 city, 31 highway, 27 combined. Those are right in line with its biggest competitor, the Mercedes CLA. Now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's move on to the exterior. So like I already mentioned at the top, the A3 received extensive changes last year, which means things carry over for 2018. Up front, we have the newest angular single-frame grille, which is pretty different from the A4 not in shape, but in the all-black interior color. The headlights also have the same shape as the new A4, however they won't be fully LED unless you spring for the Prestige trim. And finally, the S-Line appearance group changes the entire lower fascia to be more aggressive. If for no other reason, you should at least get the Premium Plus to get these attractive S-Line wheels. They are 18-inch alloys with the double spoke contrast design. The basic wheels are 17-inch alloys, and on the upper end you can get 19-inch alloys like on the S3. The brakes are a 12.3-inch ventilated disc in the front and 10.7-inch solid disc in the rear. And your tires are all seasons. Coming back to the mirrors, every single trim will get heating, but you'll have to get the Prestige for auto dimming and power folding. And for 2018, Premium Plus now has standard blind spot monitoring. So as far as how the size compares to the A4, the A3 is about 11 inches shorter, coming in at 175.5 inches long. That also makes it a bit smaller than the Mercedes CLA, but its more upright profile gives it the advantage in interior volume. As far as safety is concerned, the A3 continues to be a safe option. Pre-sense emergency braking is standard, and that contributes to its overall rating of a top safety pick 2018 by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. The A3 has two different fuel capacities, 13.2 gallons on the front wheel drive and 14.5 gallons on the Quattro. That gives you ranges of 383 and 392 miles, and it's noteworthy that premium fuel is not even required. Walking around back, the A3 has that typical Audi mixture of athleticism and classiness. There is a small built-in lip spoiler across the back, and you have really nice looking full LED taillights, though dynamic turn signals are only on the Prestige. And down at the bottom, the S-Line comes with this unique diffuser and dual chrome exhaust outlets. Well, that pretty much wraps up the exterior, so now let's go ahead and hop inside. So first looking inside, it continues to have the same clean design as always. Of course, we have the all black interior, but you can spice it up by choosing rock gray or chestnut brown for the standard real leather seats. Turning to the door trim, it's made of nice padded plastics and leather. You'll also find this real aluminum trim on Premium Plus and Prestige. And of course, all four windows are one-touch automatic. Every A3 gets a power seat, normally 8-way power, but 12-way power with the Sport package. That Sport seat also includes manual thigh extension. And the leather itself is high quality, and there are some nice side bolsters. At this price point, a lot of luxury brands expect you to give up quality, but in the A3, everything still feels nice. Materials are similar to the A4, with high quality soft touch plastic across the top. And then in the middle, you have more of that real aluminum trim. Finally, all the lower areas are hard touch, but everything feels solid and fits together tightly. On Premium Plus and up, press the button to go. When you do, Virtual Cockpit and the 7-inch display will pop up. This screen is standard on all trims, but you have to pay extra for navigation. But of course, the tech highlight of the vehicle is Audi's Virtual Cockpit. This is packaged with navigation on our Premium Plus, but standard on the Prestige. And it does all the cool stuff you've come to expect. Every A3 steering is electric power assisted. However, you'll only get this gorgeous flat bottom steering wheel by selecting the Sport package. The left side houses the buttons for virtual cockpit, and over here are basically all the rest of the controls. Audi does nicely include standard rain sensing wipers, but paddles are for the sport package only. Down here you'll find standard cruise control, which would be adaptive on the Prestige. Finally, the wheel itself is manually tilt and telescoping, but never heated. Moving on to interior storage, the A3's cabin is on par with other small sedans. The center storage here is decent, and for 2018 every trim now has this second USB port. The whole armrest does adjust. For the front storage, you have a little space with its own USB and 12-volt outlet. All models come with this sporty aluminum and leather shifter. Pressing to the left does allow you to shift manually, or you can use the paddles if you have them. When in reverse, a standard backup camera appears. Besides it having an odd elongated view, it is very high quality and has a helpful parking sensor visualization. You do also have an electronic parking brake, but no brake hold feature. Above that we have the MMI controller and shortcut buttons since the screen is not touch sensitive. You can also write letters on top of the knob. And now that brings us to the optional 14-speaker 705-watt Bang & Olufsen sound system. The sound quality is very good. So moving on from that to the climate, all models have the dual zone automatic setup. The knobs and buttons all have a high quality feel. I also appreciate how all the controls are physical and are located in one handy place. One of the only changes for 2018 is that the 3-stage heated seats are now standard even on the base trim. Above the climate controls, you'll find a row of toggles, the first being for Audi Drive Select. This gives you several drive modes, plus an individual combination, but this only comes with the Sport package. The other buttons disable auto start stop, the traction control system, and hide the screen. And speaking of that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the MMI system. The MMI system starts you off on this home screen, allowing you to scroll between all the different sections. Starting off in media, this is where you'll find all the non-radio sources. Next we'll go into phone. You can find contacts just by going into the directory, where they are all synced from your connected smartphone. Text message support is also available. With navigation, and phone as well, you can enter addresses in your own handwriting. Switching to the map, this is the standard Audi map, which is as good as most rivals. However, there is also Google Earth Maps, which you can activate for free during the trial period. Those maps are undisputedly the best in the business. The last thing we'll look at is the smartphone interface. This is where Android Auto and Apple CarPlay would appear when you have a phone connected via USB. To get this, you have to choose at least the Premium Plus trim or the convenience package on the Premium. That's all I will talk about in this video. But if you want to find a more detailed look at Audi MMI, including explanations of vehicle subscriptions and features, then click the link to our tech help video provided in the description. Jumping up, the top two trims have this frameless auto-dimming mirror, with home-link remotes to go along with it. This panoramic moonroof is another impressive standard feature. I like that the sunshade is independent, to give you some different options. The size honestly seems pretty close to normal, but you definitely can't complain when rivals charge $1,500 for the same thing. So overall, the cabin of the A3 continues to be a pleasant place to spend time. It has plenty of luxury, a great amount of technology, and a good amount of space for a small family. Basically, they don't ask you to sacrifice much for the price tag. Now I'll hand things off to Mason to finish off the review.
The rear door trim of the A3 is pretty nice. The materials follow through from the front, with a mix of padded plastics, leather, and aluminum trim. The windows in the back are fully automatic up and down. Regarding the space, the A3 is at the top of its class. It's much larger than the Mercedes CLA, since it's rated at 35.1 inches of legroom and 36.1 inches of headroom. The seats in the back are also comfortable buckets. In the center area, you'll find these nice vents on all models, but you won't find any connections or anything. There is a big fold-down armrest, and you can open it up for a nice felt-lined area. In the end, you have your cup holders. Using this handle, you can also fold down the middle area entirely. Up top, we do have premium LED interior lighting, a soft headliner, and an assist grip and coat hook. And like I mentioned earlier, the A3 is one of the best for rear space in this compact class. The knee cutouts definitely help me to be comfortable behind Drew's seating position, and my feet do have room to slide up under the seat. Now over here, with the seat all the way back, there's hardly any legroom at all, but that's honestly expected for this type of class. So overall, the rear seats of the A3 are a good place to be. While most are painfully bad in the rear, the A3 provides a decent amount of space and some nice rear amenities. I've never been in the CLA, but I don't imagine it being much better than this. The seats can be easily folded using the levers by the headrest. They do fold nice and flat. Coming around to the trunk, you can use the button under the lid, or just use the key. Audi has dampened it to open all the way up, and once inside you'll find two different cargo capacities. The Quattro model does lose several cubic feet at 10, compared to the 12.3 cubic feet for the front-wheel drive model. Both of those figures do place it at a disadvantage over the Mercedes CLA. Standard on every model is a 12-way power adjusting passenger seat with 4-way power lumbar. In front of the passenger, we do have high quality materials. And down below is a good sized and felt lined glove box. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed watching this in-depth review on the 2018 Audi A3 Premium Plus Sedan. Stay watching for a quick overview of the pricing, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.